Trap, baby. Whoa. I've been trapped inside this room, yeah. I've been trapped inside this room. I've been trapped inside this room, yeah. I've been trapped inside this room. I've been trapped inside this room. Trap. I've been trapped inside this room. I've been trapped. I've been trapped inside this room. Trap. I've been trapped inside this room. I've been trapped. Whoa. What is going on, friends? It is your boy, One Star Weakfoot, and we are back for another Futties player review. And today we're gonna review this aerial threat Futties winner, 93 rated Ivan Perisic. And this card looks insane. I mean, just look at the card. It looks really nice. I'm hoping they, actually no, they're not gonna add a dynamic image. I wish they would, because that would be the only thing to make this card better looking. He's 6'1". He has medium work rates, and you guys already know that I'm not really a big fan of the medium work rates on attackers. But for a card like this, I'll make an exception. He has a right foot as his strong foot, but he has a 5-star weak foot, so it doesn't really matter what side you're going to use. He has 4-star skill moves. I played 5 games in the weekend league with him. I got 3 goals and 3 assists. And speaking of the weekend league, man, I did finally come up with a squad I'm going to use for the rest of the weekend league. I mean, I did use this squad over here just for the first 5 games of weekend league, just to test out this Perisic card for you guys. But for the rest of weekend league, I'm going to use an all Brazil squad to celebrate their Copa America win. And I'm really excited for you guys to see what kind of squad I built. I'll be showing you guys probably on Sunday exactly the squad I'm going to use. And yeah, I can't wait to show you guys. It's going to be a really fun squad. But yeah, let's get back to the review. Before we go any further, if you're enjoying the content, if you find this helpful in any way and you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. And if you're enjoying the content and you're already subscribed, do me a favor, hit the like button, man. I appreciate all you guys for watching right now. FIFA's dead, but you already know this channel's going to keep on going. So let's look at this card a little bit closer. So he has 93 pace, and yeah, this card's going to be very quick. Even though he's 6'1", I don't expect him to be slow at all. His shooting stats are juiced. I mean, 99 attack positioning looks to be very fun. He has the shot power to really probably have a low-driven shot that's going to be overpowered. His finishing and long shots, very solid. He does have the 5-star weak foot. Everything checks out there. His passing stats are very nice as well. I mean, 93 short passing. He has insane crossing. His lowest stat is 83 curve. I do expect him to be able to play the cam position if that's what you want this card for. His dribbling stats are the biggest upgrade I'm looking or I'm going to be focusing on, because I've used his other cards. I've used every single Perisic card you can get on this game. And the only criticism I've had of him is that he is kind of on the clunky side. So I'm hoping with 87 agility at 6'1", he's not too clunky. To be sure though, I did apply a sniper chemistry style on him to really get his agility and balance up, to max out his finishing. So I'm hoping that's not an issue. When you look at his defending stats though, this guy can actually play CM. I know people aren't bringing them onto their squads to play the CM position, but imagine putting a Shadow, an Anchor, or a Sentinel Chem style on this card. Guy could probably play the attacking CM position without any issues, especially with his size and his work rates. Yeah, this guy's a very versatile card. His physical stats are also very nice. He does have the 86 strength. He does have the 98 stamina, and the 92 jumping at 6'1". So he does live up to the aerial threat nickname. We're going to jump into the gameplay right now. Let's get it. Alright, so according to Footbin, this card is going to cost you $410,000 to complete the SBC. And when I first saw the price, I was like, you must be joking, man. This is Futties. And Futties is all about giving back to the community, giving us cards that we can use for fun. It's the end of FIFA. Why are you guys making this card 410,000 coins? I mean, when you look at the Futties from last year, none of them cost 410,000 coins. So I do think it's a bit overpriced. But if he does fit your team, if you do run a Serie A squad, if you are looking for a player that fits his profile, I think 410,000 is not a bad price at all. Let me break down the stats so you know exactly what to expect. So he does have 93 pace, and in game, I would say he's very quick in comparison to his other cards as well. I do think he has a good acceleration coming out of skill moves. It's very surprising because on the ball,
which is what I talked about earlier. He does tend to feel clunky at times, especially in delayed gameplay. But if you hit him with an L1 fake shot, if you hit him with a heel to heel, he will accelerate past that defender. So it's very nice to have that. He does have enough pace to track up and down the pitch if that's what you want out of him. Let's say you want him as a cam to really come back on defense. Or if you want him as an attacking CM, he does have the pace for that. He also has the pace to get in behind as a striker, which is exactly where I played him. So I think his pace is a 9 out of 10. It's very good, especially for the profile of striker that he is. Next, we're going to talk about shooting. And, yo, I'm tired of talking about attack positioning on cards, but this card, man, this card has some of the best attack positioning I felt on this game, bar none. No joke, all right? When I was playing Weekend League, I would say three of the 5 games I played were pretty delayed. I mean, it was very noticeably delayed, but no matter what the gameplay was, this card was always in dangerous positions. There were so many times where this guy just created chances by being in the right place at the right time. There were so many times where it looked like he was offsides, and I couldn't believe it when I passed it to him and he was onside and he was able to get an open shot on goal. This guy's attack positioning is an absolute game changer. Next, we're going to talk about his finishing, and I think his finishing is very, very, very good, but not great. I don't think that he has the elite tier finishing that a team of the season Jovic, a team of the season Havertz, a Ronaldo, anything like that is going to have. He's just a step below, and that's no slight on him at all because he will be able to finish most chances that you give him in good positions, all right? He's just not going to have that finish that's a game changer. He's not going to have that kind of finish that you want if you're trying to score half chances, if you're trying to break into Elite 3 and you want somebody that's going to change your team with the finishing. This guy just falls just short of that, but it's no slight on him. Once again, he has very good finishing. His shot power is very good. His long shots outside the box are very, very accurate, and I did score a banger with him. One thing I noticed with his shot in general, and I think it was gameplay related, is that I hit the post so many times with him. And that's just a testament to how many times he got himself in position to get off shots like that. I'm not really worrying about hitting the post too much because that's just FIFA 19 for you. But he did score a few bangers outside the box for me. So I do rate his shooting. Overall, I got to give it a 9 out of 10. Next, we're going to talk about this card's passing. And this card's passing really surprised me, right? When you look at his stats, this guy has very good passing, but he doesn't have top tier passing. But in game, maybe it's because he has 5-star weak foot and he could pass on either foot without any issues, but he has very, very good passing. He has very good weight on his passes. The one thing I noticed with his passing is that his through balls are always weighted perfectly, no matter how tight the angle is. So I really, really enjoy the passing aspect of this card. The crossing aspect of this card is very noticeable as well. So if you do plan to bring him in as a winger, as a cam, this guy's passing, I think is very good. And it's just as good as his shooting. So therefore, I got to give his passing a 9 out of 10. Next, we're going to talk about this card's dribbling. And like I said earlier in the review, man, yeah. This card's dribbling is hit or miss, all right? And what I mean by that is if the gameplay is delayed, this guy's going to be clunky, all right? There's just no way around it. He's 6'1". He's kind of stocky in game, and his agility is not in the 90s. I did boost it to 97 with the Sniper Chem style, but I'm not sure how well chemistry styles work because in game, this guy still felt clunky. When the gameplay was delayed, I couldn't really turn effectively with him. It was better to really utilize his pace getting in behind, utilize his strength to shield the ball once he got in behind. That's the most effective way to use this card. I wouldn't really use this card to dribble around because he does have a decent dribble on him. If the gameplay is smooth, then you can beat a defender or two, surprisingly. But if the gameplay is delayed, if the gameplay is below average, this guy's going to feel clunky and not very responsive on the ball, and it is a bit disappointing. Overall, I got to give his dribbling an 8 out of 10. Next, we're going to talk about this card's physical, and by God, this guy is a physical specimen. First, we're going to talk about his jumping. This guy, jumping-wise, is one of the best aerial threats I've used on this game, and that's no joking, man. This guy on corners was one of my best defenders, and he's a striker. He's my striker. On corners, this guy was beating Ronaldo, Van Dijk in the air, and just clearing the ball. On kickoffs, this guy was able to beat almost anybody in the air, and this guy almost scored a few headed goals for me, just barely missed the target. So aerially, this guy is elite. I would say stamina-wise, 98 stamina is exactly what you want out of any player nowadays in the game. So I do think his stamina is very good. His strength and his aggression is very solid as well. It is helped by the fact that he's 6'1" with a big body in game. So even though he only has 86 strength and 71 aggression, it does feel more than that. And his shielding is very, very effective. So like I said, if you want to use this card, I would focus on getting him in behind and using his shielding to really knock defenders off the ball because he's very good at that. I would also utilize his aerial threat and his passing. He's very good at those things. His finish is very good. His attack positioning is even better. This guy's a very well-rounded card for you to bring in to your team. Overall, what would I rate this card? I do have to say, this card is a 9.25 out of 10. He's one of the best players of this profile that you can bring in, and arguably one of the best attackers you could bring in the Serie A, period. He is the total package. I wish he had slightly more dribbling, slightly more finishing, and that, in my opinion, would make him an absolutely broken card. Comparing him to Team of the Season Havertz, who does fit the same profile as him, he has slightly less finishing. He does feel noticeably less agile on the ball, but everything else he does compare very well to Havertz in. I mean, his passing feels just as good in game. He does feel just as quick in game, and aerially he feels just as good as Havertz does. He just does feel short or fall short on the finishing and dribbling categories. So yeah, that's going to be my team in this. Oh no, that's going to be my Futties. Why do I keep on messing it up? That Futties Perisic review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow with another video, but until then, later.